Hey everybody, it's your favorite gentleman, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today you all are in for a very special treat. The man, the myth, the legend. This is gonna be a fire episode. We have been waiting for this all week long. I have been. So stay tuned, stay with us, stay engaged. You won't want to miss 1 second of this powerhouse speaker that I'm about to bring to the stage. Here we go. Help me bring this man in. There's no better way to bring this man in. I got Mr. Donnie P Official. He is an entrepreneur. This man needs no introduction, but he's going to get one today on the Gentleman Style platform. This man is an entrepreneur and native of Louisiana. He realized early in his professional business career that he was equipped with the necessary drive and determination that would allow him to start businesses from the ground up. And this man is a mover and a shaker in numerous facets. His most recent, he's an author, working on his second book. When I tell you this man is a mover and shaker, he is a mover and shaker. He used the tools, and immediately upon graduation from Southern University College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he established a community case management and adolescent substance abuse counseling service. Today, Mr. Donnie P is a several multi-level entrepreneur and a cannabis dispensary founder and partner. Help me welcome to the Gentleman Style Podcast stage, Mr. Donnie P Official. Welcome. I am fine, brother. Thank you for joining me on the Gentleman Style Podcast stage. I could do it no other way but bring you in, brother. You are incredible.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to speak to you and your audience. And I look forward to doing this fabulous Gentleman Style Podcast. You're doing a fabulous job getting a lot of information out there to your listeners. And I want you to keep it up. You're doing a great job in getting them informed, because that's the best thing to do. Information is power, like they say. So it's number one in my book, man. You're doing a fabulous job, and I look forward to getting the show on the road, man, and let your listeners know all about me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One more round of applause, y'all. Sir, so diving right in, you are multi-talented, you have an incredible mind, and you can do anything you set your mind to. One of the many recent businesses that you've endeavored in is the cannabis industry. Tell us, why the cannabis industry? What did you see that fascinated you and got you involved in that industry?
First of all, my background is in healthcare. And I knew the benefits of cannabis and what it does to the body and in multiple aspects of how it can help a person with all type of medical conditions. And I got into the industry with me and my brother. I'm always an entrepreneur looking for the next best challenge to go conquer, you know. So the cannabis industry is the next biggest thing on the horizon, man. So this happened like in 2016. We got a phone call from one of our friends, man, from Louisiana, where I'm from, and say, man, do y'all want to participate in submitting y'all proposal and y'all bids for certain like regions in Louisiana? We're like, yeah, man, let's go for it. We ain't got nothing to lose, you know. I mean, if we fail, we fail. If we get a license, we get a license, you know. So we went about the process, man, and the process was very competitive, to say the least. We learned a lot in the cannabis space on how to get licensed as a dispensary over there in Louisiana. So that's how I got into the cannabis industry. Went through the process, man, and we was awarded a license in our region, but it was us and another group. And the state is divided into 9 different regions, and we was one of the 9 ones that have a license to offer medicinal cannabis to our population. So that was a big success and accomplishment we done over in Louisiana, man. And me and my brother just put the proposal together. We got our pharmacist on board, and off to the races we went. And right now we helping out so many people, man. That's what makes me happy the most. Dealing with all kind of ailments and diseases they got, cancer, PTSD, and all kind of other issues, man. So to answer your question, that's how we got into the industry, healthcare wise.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Powerful. So can you touched on this earlier. Can you share some of the benefits that cannabis is making a difference in people's lives, the impact that it's making in people's lives? Can you share some of those health benefits?
Yes, sir. Basically, all the ones that have PTSD dealing with soldiers, they was taking all types of psychiatric drugs they didn't want to be on in the first place, and they started using cannabis. And cannabis eliminated that interaction with the cannabinoid system that every human being have, that specialize in the herb and helping improve their physical, not their physical, their psychiatric condition, dealing with PTSD. Also chronic pain. It also helps with chronic pain, movement, because it helps with the body. I'm not a doctor. I'm just going off of experiences, what people has told me. I cannot share all the experience. People have emailed me comments and questions and all kind of other things on how cannabis has improved their life. Dealing with last stage cancer. A lot of cancer patients turns to cannabis, if you believe it or not, because they get tired of radiation therapy, going through trying to minimize the different cancers in their body. So like I tell people, talk to their doctor and see how cannabis can help improve their situation. That's only 3 diagnoses. Cannabis helps out all type of other diagnoses that a person may have in helping better improve their lives, man. So that's some of the diagnoses we have. I can go on and on and on, but I know I'll be kind of like pressed for time, and we want to talk about other issues that your audience is interested in that I want to give them. But it's very important, man. It's cannabis. I'm 100% supporter of cannabis and all its medical benefits, man, because it's been hidden from us for many years, man, unnecessarily, and it's a shame. And right now we improving so many lives. I mean, I've been a millionaire before. I lost $1 million and made $1 million back. I mean, money comes and go, as you know, Marcus. But the health impact and individual impact that you have on individuals is something else, man. And that's what makes me happy.
Absolutely. Donnie P Official, y'all. We have a question from our VIP audience in the Miss Erica Holmes. She asked the questions, and you mentioned it. You had some obstacles that you had to overcome in Louisiana. What were the biggest hurdles that you overcome, and how did you overcome them? Consistency, grit, determination. How did you overcome some of those obstacles?
Being an entrepreneur like myself for years now, I found out that it takes stamina, grit, knowledge, discipline, all at once, man. I didn't start off like this in business. It was trial and error, to be honest with you. And I learned a lot from my mistakes when I lost all my money. But in the cannabis industry, the hardest thing in Louisiana is education. Can you believe that one? We had to educate the public because they've been told so much propaganda how cannabis can ruin their life. And, during the 80s, during the Reagan administration, it started off with the Nixon administration. Then it carried it on, and the war on drugs. And we had to educate the public on the benefits of cannabis. The doctors knew in our region the benefits of cannabis, but it was the consumers like myself and you that didn't know the benefits of cannabis. So that was one big obstacle we had to overcome. And the next obstacle was, as you know, the license. That's an obstacle by itself. But nothing can stop entrepreneurs. And once you get your mindset to it, because in my opinion, entrepreneurs are born and not made. Because once you have to be born with this, man, entrepreneurship is very difficult, very challenging, and you got to have faith. And if you don't have that, man, entrepreneurship is not cut out for you. And I've tried making other people entrepreneurs, and they just don't have it. So, like I said, cannabis, man, that was the main obstacles. Once we got over that hump, grit and tenacity in educating the public, then is the big hurdle with the banking industry, man. That's another hurdle by itself, right there. And then the last hurdle, man, is dealing with the IRS and the 280 tax situation, dealing with all cannabis businesses nationwide, man. That's a whole nother conversation right there, Marcus. But educating the public was the main thing.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Thank you for that question, Miss Erica. You touched on this earlier. You said you went from millionaire back to broke, and then you did it again. What was it like making your first million? How did you feel? How did that make you feel when you made your first million? That's got to be powerful.
Man, I was 21 years old, man. Leaving college. And in my book, I detailed how to catch a mouse with no cheese. And I detailed on how I made my first million. And it was very exciting. And I really worked my butt off, pardon the language. And I really just worked, man, because I didn't want to be broke. I had bill collectors on my tail. My car was about to be repoed from college, and I had to make it happen. I didn't have no other options available. I'm not a 9-to-5 guy, Marcus. I never was. I'm not going to play that game because I know how the game board is shuffled and things of that. Coming from Louisiana, I can see a plantation a mile away. So so that's not me, man. So I had to make it happen, dude. So I put everything together, man, with the help of my family members, and I done IOUs from pillar to post, and I honored my word with a handshake. And to this day, they still remember me, man. So that's how I remember making my first million, man. It was very exciting, very relieving. And it was nice, man. It was fun, man. Big fun, dude. Big fun.
Powerful. Donnie P Official, y'all. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. You guys don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay with us. Stay engaged. We'll be right back. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level, Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. Welcome back to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. If you are tuning in, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Donnie P Official, and he's spilling some tea. You got to get his book. You got to get on his website and check out his book. But he's spilling some tea on the cannabis industry and how he's educating the community, and he had to educate his own community in Louisiana on how this industry is making beneficial strides in his community and helping people, cancer survivors, cancer victims, people that didn't want to go through chemo. If you missed that, if you didn't check that out, scroll back and go back and tune back in. You won't want to miss 1 second of this powerhouse speaker. We have another question from our VIP sponsor of the show, Miss Erica Holmes. Also, by the way, that monetary donation, thank you, Miss Erica. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. She asked, how do you help others that want to get in the industry, or are you open to even add partners?
I'm going to go back to how we started to answer her question.
Yes, sir.
Once we got a license, me and my brother decided on open up the company for shares. We done a private offering. So we wanted everybody who wanted to get into the industry, we opened the company up for shares. And we made our first distribution last week. I was very excited to our investors. They got their first check last week, man. So it was very awesome to us and very exciting, man. This is me and him, our first private offering we done. So next year, man, because January 1, Louisiana has legalized the flower. And that's how you make the real cannabis money, the money in cannabis, when you start selling the bud. Now, back to your question. I love talking about cannabis and everything else. How do you help others that want to get in the industry? First of all, I ask them, because I get asked this a whole lot all the time. I ask them, what state do they live in? And is it medical cannabis available in that state? Okay. So if it is available, how long has it been medicinal use been available to consumers in that state? Because we don't like to partner up with anybody with a lot of competition involved, because we have the knowledge, the know-how, we have the money to back up you. All we need is partners where we can bring you in that know the lay of the land, as they say, the state, because we know Louisiana, and I know in here in Texas and Houston, where it's not medicinal use. So that's the question I would ask them: what state they live in, how long the medicinal or recreational cannabis been available in that state, what's the laws and rules and regulation that governs the industry in that state? Because we want to know somebody who know the laws, the rules, which the game is played. So once all that information is done, if they're open to partnership, we would love to partner with other people in other states. We don't have no objections to that. We got an old saying in Louisiana that goes like this: pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. So I'm not a hog. I just want to get a little bit here and there, to make everybody happy. So that's my philosophy in it, Marcus. So like I said, we open to it, but that's the rules of the game that I tell people. First, find out all that information first, and then we'll partnership up with your company, get everything together, and then we'll get the ball rolling. And anybody that's interested in doing the partnership, just email me, Donnie P7434@gmail.com, and we can get the ball rolling.
There you go. There you go. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you, Miss Erica. That is huge. And yeah, she's talking about the first million question. Sir, you are an author. You're working on your next book. Did you ever see down the line that you'd be authoring a book? And tell us about the book and tell us what you have coming down the pipeline.
Yes, Marcus, I always did, man. Ever since I was a young lad, basically, I already knew I had a story to tell. Everybody have a story, but and everybody have a book in them. It's just, what makes your story different? What makes you stand out? So, in dealing with my story, man, I wanted to inform people on how to become entrepreneurs, and I give them five reasons why. Discipline they should follow starting out in business. And I'll go in great detail and them starting out, because most people starting off in business like myself, I graduated in psychology. So I didn't know nothing about business, but I came from a business background. My father was an educator, both my parents was, and they told me never get on the plantation, run a plantation, create your own, but never get on somebody else's plantation, make them millions of dollars, and you still broke. So he lived like that for all his life. So and I wanted to write a book, inform others on how to start their business, because we need more entrepreneurs, we need more business owners. And I done it, man. And I wrote my book. It's doing well right now. My book sold in 6 different countries around the world. My first book sold in Germany. I've done multiple podcast interviews. That's why I love this podcast, man. You got it going on. This is one of the best ones I've done. Marcus, man, you're doing a spectacular job. I've done, what else? I've done interviews here in the States, man. So my audiobook has sold. My book is available on Amazon.com. It's available everywhere, Walmart.com. So the book is doing good. And it really achieved what I wanted to do, is inform people about entrepreneurship and give them an opportunity to own their own business. So I wanted to get that out. And then my second book, I plan on doing it with my attorney over in Chicago, Michelle, about my life, man. I have a very, very fortunate life on how I became where I'm at, where I am today. So it's very to inform the public on how to make it here, man, because it's very hard and challenging, to say the least. So that's my next book, man. I got a lot of things that won't be for the weak of heart, as they say, the language I'm gonna use. I'm gonna just let it rip and let the cards fly where they may, you know. So it is what it is what I want to do, man. So, you know, it's gonna be spectacular, man. So I already have the title of my book, man. So it's gonna be quite a read, to say the least, you know.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Give him a round of applause, y'all. Donnie P official. Woo! This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. Mr. Donnie, you are a multi-talented entrepreneur. What's it like working with family and business? Most people wouldn't venture into working with family and business. How do you and your brother make it work?
Man, starting off, in my book, I tell people, leave family members alone in business. That's primary, number one. I went through hurdles, obstacles. I was called every name in the book. I lost family members, friendships. I mean, I lost it all, dude. You know, so I lost friends, and it really taught me a lesson of how not to do business with family members. Now, to answer your next question about me and my brother grew up together. You know, so we basically know each other. He is more conservative than I am. And having that relationship there, he's my younger brother. So having that type of dynamics involved, and in business, we both have the same genes, but you got to know when to cut your mouth off to make it work, because both of y'all have goals to achieve, and I have goals to achieve. And what's the end game? And it works, you know. So he is more of a strategic plan. I'm more of a visionary, you know, where we should go, where we should be doing. You know, it's a solid foundation you must have with family members. It's a lot of, I don't believe in trust. I believe in word and contract. You got to have a contract when you deal with family members, period. Don't go by somebody's words, man, because it's gonna stab you in the back, because when money involved, it's a whole different issue, dude. So be careful, man. Family members is hard to deal with, and I don't advise it, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Move on, because I've been sued by family members. So I know that whole game, man. So I've been through the ring of entrepreneurship. So it's a hard deal, and like I tell them, just judge your circumstances.
Very true. Very true. Sir, you started the dispensary business. You and your brother got into the dispensary business. And thank you for that. Thank you for breaking that down, because, you know, having those cores, and like you said, have it in writing. Don't just assume like, oh, that's my brother, he ain't gonna do that to me. No, have it in writing. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for expressing that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead on, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So your dispensary business, what kind of products does the dispensary business for cannabis? Is it only available in Louisiana? Like, I got to come to Louisiana and get it, or can I buy it online? How does that work?
Okay. Louisiana law saying that you must be seen by a Louisiana doctor. Okay. So you can be seen by a Louisiana doctor on through telemedicine. And once they see you, they're going to issue a recommendation. They're going to do evaluation of you, see what can level of strength, milligrams that can help your condition, because they cannot prescribe strong levels of cannabis when you don't need strong level of cannabis or weak level. So the doctor can figure that out, what kind of milligrams you need. And then after that, he sends we don't call it a prescription, we call it a recommendation. So once we receive the recommendation from your doctor, we fill it. Off of that, he can prescribe lotions. He can get like different levels of eye drop, like needle drops in your take it out like tincture bottles, right? So you put it underneath your tongue. Then we have the inhalers, okay? And then we have coming on board, we have the gummies real soon. So we have an assortment of products that we can offer, and we cannot ship because it's federally still illegal. We would love to ship, but I don't want to go to the big house. I still have a lot more things to do, so I'm not willing to do that, Marcus, but that's the whole process, man, following everything, man. So we have a different assortment of products, man. It was slow to be honest with you, Marcus. It was slow to start off a budding industry because they started from scratch in Louisiana. We went through a lot of hurdles, a lot of mishaps, man, with the producers. But now we're getting it back on track. Now we're having different products come aboard. And man, it's been exciting, man, to say the least, man. These inhalers, these gummies, these lotions, topical lotions for the chronic pain people, man, it's awesome. The tincture bottles people can put underneath their tongue. The little droplets underneath there, man, underneath their tongue. It's just exciting, man, what we're doing. And we have an assortment of products. And we can only get our products from Louisiana producers. We can't go outside the state. We can only get them from LSU and Southern universities that's contracted out with Wellcanna. It's associated with LSU, and Alira Healthcare is associated with Southern University. Wow.
A lot of red tape.
Yes.
Powerful. How was it? What's it like managing your business with employees in this industry? How did you find your pharmacists?
Well, it was tough in my book, man. I'm going to go in detail on how we found a pharmacist, dude. It was crazy to say the least. I'm going to be honest with you. This first individual pharmacist we had, we thought she was in board, but that little scunner went behind our back, tried to pull a who shot John on me and my brother. And the guy came back and told us what had happened. And immediately I cut her throat off her. And she didn't know what happened. But we had to get rid of her. She tried to do a who shot John. You can't get past a BSer if I know you, So that was the first pharmacist we had. And the second pharmacist we had was by chance, man. Heaven sent. And man, and he came on board, understood about the cannabis industry. He wanted to be firsthand in on the industry, man, because the best part of in any industry, is to get on there, get in firsthand, go all in. Don't wait. The longer you wait, you're not going to make it. So in the cannabis industry, you must get in when they first start in that state. So like I tell people. But that's how we found our pharmacists, man, by chance, man. We just started calling around to people we know, because pharmacists, we didn't have to deal with them. I didn't have to deal with them in the healthcare industry, what I was doing back then. So I had to make my contacts, man. That's how we found him, by chance. Heaven sent.
Makes sense. This is fire. You're not going to get this anywhere, y'all. You're not going to get this anywhere else except on Donnie P's book or his YouTube channel. Check him out on YouTube. That's Donnie P Official, man. This is dope. We are going to go to one more quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you a local business looking to offer your customers easy access to cash without having to travel miles? We're here to help. At Norman Legacy Investments, we provide free ATMs with free installation that provide a suitable investment for your business. Even better, we offer you some profit sharing and handle everything from start to finish. Just reach out to us today to schedule a free consultation.
Welcome back to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. We have Donnie P Official, the man, the myth, the legend, here on Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Mr. Donnie, what advice would you give to that young man, that young girl out in the audience who back is against the wall and really wants to know if they should make a move in this industry? Is this a fad? Is this something temporary? Or is this something here to stay? And should they, what advice would you give to that young girl or that young boy?
My advice is don't give up, keep the faith, and the Creator will hear you. And because that's how I started. I didn't give up. So it's easy to give up. So I would say get to know the people who are in cannabis that can help you, who want to see you achieve. Because a lot of people don't want to see you achieve to nothing. So I want to see everybody achieve to even be better than me. So all I ask is the knowledge I give you, just give that to somebody else. I won't charge you nothing for it. Just give it to somebody else. So to all the young lads and young girls that want to get into the cannabis industry, first, like I say, have faith, don't give up. Second, study the state laws of the state you in, and so you can make a difference in your community. And number three, get to know other people with like-minded people in your community who wants to get into the cannabis industry. Or either you could reach out to me. I'm available. If I don't answer your email or call or question in that one day, I'm gonna get to it in 2-3 days. But I'm gonna get to it. I'll be very busy. But those are the three things I would tell people that's trying to get into the cannabis industry like I was. First of all, you have nothing to lose. Number one, go for it. And you can make a whole lot of money because the cannabis industry is so huge. It's a lot of things you can do inside the cannabis industry. And one company cannot corner the cannabis market. It's impossible. Like Microsoft and Apple, there will never be a big time name like that cannabis capitalize or take over the cannabis industry because it's just too huge. So there's money to be made for everybody. You just have to know what you want to do in the cannabis industry, take action, don't linger on it, and make it happen. Now, if you don't have the money to make it happen, reach out to your friends or family members or try to raise the money or talk to somebody with money where if you got any business mind, you can offer them a piece of your company like I would, so that's the main reasons why you should never give up because quitters never win, winners always win. So that's that's my philosophy, man. So don't give up. Don't ever give up.
He is not lying, y'all. He's not lying. If you check him out on Instagram, his Instagram page is fire. It is incredible. He is every picture, he is smiling. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. He is the happiest man on the planet. I swear. He is like the Michael Jordan. He just reminded me of a famous quote of Michael Jordan. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And so, like he said, go for it. You have nothing to lose. Mr. Donnie, this has been powerful. I got one more question because my phone has been blowing up from a sponsor that's like, ask this question. You had to overcome finding a bank that would do business with you. Can you share any tips on that? Like, how did you overcome that obstacle? Because depending on the financial institution, they may not want to do business with the dispensary.
Yes. Well, basically, we had to go with the state told us to go who to bank with. And most of them deal with local banks and community banks, and we had to stay away from the big banks. So they told us what banks to deal with, state-approved banks to go to and open an account. And we still scrutinize now. That's still going to be here, until they pass the banking laws. You know, it's ridiculous. You know, that's another conversation on another day. But that's what we had to do, Marcus. Go to a specific state-approved bank in order for us to do business inside the state of Louisiana.
Makes sense. Makes sense. This has been powerful. This has been epic and amazing. Sir, how can my audience connect with you? How can we reach out with you? How can we get along for the next round of investments and shares? How can we connect?
Well, Marcus, just reach out to me. I'm going to be announcing my next round of investing probably next year when the state passed the laws where we can expand in the state. I'm going to have a major announcement on LinkedIn at Donnie P. Also, I'm going to do it on Instagram, Donnie P Official. I'm going to do it there. And on Twitter, also I'm going to do it. Author Donnie. I'm going to do a next round of investors that want to come on in because we got people salivating at the bit to jump on in. I'm going to be honest with you, Marcus. They're already like, Freddie, this is the first time in my life people want to give me money. Can you believe that, Marcus?
That's a good feeling.
Man, I've been turned down by every bank, every loan, even the U.S. government. I couldn't even get a doggone little small business loan, man. There's pictures in the rejection letter, brother. But this is the first time. It's exciting. It's overwhelming to me. But I'm announcing on everything on my social media platforms, man. Come on in because we want everybody to make money. We have good returns on your money, and we'll discuss that once you come on in. Once we expand on next year, man. When the state let us expand places.
Powerful. Y'all get connected to this man. He's on every social media platform. I also put the links down in the description. Mr. Donnie, thank you, sir, for what you do. Thank you for giving back in this way. Thank you for making time for us and me and my audience to share in this moment. This is epic, sir. I want to say this to you publicly. Don't ever give up. We need you. The world needs what you're doing. And you are changing the world and making a difference and making an impact in my life and so many others. So thank you.
Thank you, Marcus.
Absolutely. Thank you, my audience, to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I hope this message has served you and helps you take your business to the next level. Like I end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always, always take care of business. This is Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show, your favorite gentleman, and Donnie P Official, the Dispensary King. Thank you, guys. Love you.